I am making you a tutorial on how to get into the back side of your Noelani Charter website into the WordPress dashboard, and also how to make updates and simple changes to the site. So this is the front end of the website. All you need to do to get to the login is to add on this menu bar here, or this domain, you're going to add /WP -admin, WP-admin, and that will take you to the login. And so you can see here, I have your login memorized, but here is your login key that I had sent to you in a separate email. So you enter that information and you log in, and it takes you to the dashboard. All right, so now we're in the working end of the Noelani Charter site. And so as you can see, we're just going to go at the top menu here, and then there's also the left menu. There's a few items that I want to draw your attention to. In the middle here, they're going to give you updates. Anything new from their plugins will be listed here. Little housekeeping items that you can read through and take care of as you're entering into the site. We can also see this red bar here. It says you have 3 unread contact form submissions. Those were the test messages we put in, but they will always flag you here if you have any unread contact form submissions. But let's look at the top here. So here is Noelani Charters. If we hover over this, we see that we can go back to the public side of the website by clicking Visit Site. These are the number of updates that need to be made right now. I'll show you what those are. Right here, this is if you have any comments on blog posts, they will be noted here. You can add new, check your SEO things. This is your backup plugin to make sure that things are backed up. I'll go over these things in detail on the plugin site. WP Rocket is a plugin that helps with keeping the performance up, keeping the cache clear, and different things like that. When you make changes, you want to update this. And Updraft Plus is your backup and restore. We'll talk about that in a minute as well, but that's the most important ones that they want you to see right at the top. And then coming down the left sidebar is the home dashboard, and then there's the updates. It will always have a little red circle with a number if you have updates that need to be looked at. All right, so let's look at the Site Kit. And this plugin is where you'll find your Google Analytics, and you'll also find your Google Search Console. So as you can see, we've already started receiving data here. This is about your traffic. You can dig into these analytics here, but these Site Kit is where you'll find this information. You can look at the dashboard, just general, and then to get more detailed information, you can click on Search Console, see how the site activity is happening, and then also right here is your analytics. Click there, and you can watch the numbers of your users, sessions, bounce rate, duration, which pages are getting page views, bounce rate on these. Yeah, a lot of information here that you can, I won't take time to go through that now. You can dig into the analytics there. All right, so that is Site Kit. Going down, posts. Posts are for blog posts, and you don't have any blog posts set up yet, but if sometime in the future, if you're looking for to start doing blogs, that's a good way to boost your SEO. This would be where those would be created in the posts. Those are different than the pages. Just remember that posts are for blogs. The media menu here, these are all the image files that are on your site. Everything is kept here. So if you get new batches of images, this is where you'll put them into the site. Just at the top here, Media Library, you're going to add new. You'll click on there, select files. So you'll click through here and it'll take you right to your computer files. So if you've got them in a download file, you can upload them just like you uploaded any other site. It's really user-friendly to upload new files. Now pages, these are the pages of the website. And so here we've got the activities page, charters, contact, destination, Kauai, Maui, Oahu, your home page. That mock-up is for the original when we were giving you two choices. So this is an unused page right now. It's not on the public side test as well. And then the yacht page. So if you ever want to make changes to these pages, this is where you'll come. And I'll just open one of these just really quickly. Let's look at the activities page. So we built these pages with the plugin called Elementor. So when you edit, you want to edit with Elementor because this is the very user-friendly kind of drag and drop editor to make simple changes on your pages. If you want to add new photos, if you want to add new text, this is what you'll use. So as the site loads, okay, you can see then that this is what the site looks like. This is what we call a live editor. So you get a live view of what the changes will look like. And this is the activities page. So you can scroll down here and you can see that these boxes appear around the items. And so as you hover over, that is the place where you will be editing. So you just hover wherever you want to edit. Let's say I want to change the text here under scuba diving. I'm going to click on this pencil, and over on the left, all the text comes up. You can make changes here. You can make changes to the style, what the color you want it. Advanced is about the sizing, about the margins, the padding. Probably won't need to do too much in the style or the advanced. Probably will just be making changes to the content. But this is where that's done on every page. Right, so you can scroll all the way down, make your changes. If you want to add a note about your photographer, you can add that here. Again, you just click on the pencil and you can make the changes in this text box here. All right, once you make your changes, you're going to click Update, and that makes your changes live on the front end of the site. All right, so click the little hamburger to get back to the dashboard. And this is kind of a two-step process to get back to, you want to go click this W for WordPress, and it takes you to the WordPress dashboard. So all of your pages can be edited through there. Now, there is a lot more to learn about editing with Elementor, and I have given you some great tutorial videos. People on YouTube have made they've done really good videos. I don't need to recreate what they've already done. So for the fine details about Elementor and how to make changes on that, I have linked those videos in with this tutorial as well. All right, so that is all of your pages. Again, comments, this would be for blog comments. This is not contact form submissions. These comments would be for blogs, which you don't have any up yet on the site. All right, the Elementor DB, this is where you will find your entries for your contact forms. So here, remember when I showed you these 3 unread contact form submissions, this is where you actually will find what those are, the Elementor DB. So you scroll down, and here is the list of all of the submissions. You click on them to open them. Now this is one that I had put in for a test, so I'll go ahead and I'll open that. But you click submission, scroll down here, and you can see who sent you a message, and then you can even reply to this email or take some other action. If it's spam email, you could just move it to the trash. But all of your contact form submissions will be found here in the Elementor DB. That's an important thing for you to find. All right, going down here, another thing that I want you to be aware of is your plugins, because plugins need to be updated periodically. It's a good rule of thumb to have someone check on them probably once a week, at least, once a month for sure. Plugins are like the apps that keep the site running, and if they go out of date, then that could affect the functionality of the site, so we want to make sure that these are updated. So all of you have 20 plugins, 19 of them are active, one inactive, and these are the ones with the update available. So you can click on that just to highlight the ones that have an update, and you can see that they're all asking to be updated. Now, the thing about plugins is they are made by third parties and they are integrated with your website. And so there's no guarantee that updating them will be trouble-free. And that's just across the board. So what we always do before we update plugins is we make a backup of the site. And that's what this Updraft Plus is for. They want you to make a, they allow you to make a backup right here. It's very simple, but just make that a standard procedure that you're always going to make a backup before you update any plugins. This is just a safeguard in case the update is somehow incompatible with the functionality of your site and something is not working. You can immediately reinstall the last backup and have everything go back to normal until you figure out what's happening with the plugin. Or you can call me for maintenance and we can check it out and see what's going on. So right now it's making a backup of the site. And this may take a few minutes, a couple minutes to go through. Now complete. So now it is safe to go back to the plugins and make those updates. Back to the plugin page. It's taking time here. There is one thing I will say. Let me go to just isolate the ones that have updates. Elementor is the editor that we use to build your pages, and it is a very large, very substantial plugin. And kind of a rule of thumb, when plugins make big changes to their updates, we sometimes wait actually to update them. And Elementor is pretty good about warning you. And so you can see here, this is an example of that. Heads up, please back up before upgrade. When they say they're making substantial changes across different areas of the plugin, they're recommending that you back up your site. Well, of course, I've just explained in great detail that you always want to make a backup, but they're just warning you. And so what I've done when I saw this today is I sent in a note to my developers and said, hey, what's the deal with Elementor? Who has used the update? How's it working? We've gone several months waiting for all the bugs to be out of the Elementor update before we update ours. So I will not be updating this one right now. We're going to bypass that one. And Jet Elements, I think, should be fine, but it's just this regular Elementor plugin I'm going to wait on until I get an answer back from my developer before I update that. You know, you don't have to do the updates right away if everything's functioning. Some things it's good to wait. But on the other ones, so I'm just going to check these check boxes here, and we'll update these. So I go up to the top. Bulk actions is to update, and we'll apply. Now we have set your updraft just as a fail-safe. You will automatically be prompted to make a backup before you update any plugins. But because I've just finished that, I'm going to proceed without the update. I've just manually made the backup just to show you. But we've got a safeguard in there. It will always prompt you to make a backup before you do updates, and I would suggest you let it do those backups before it updates. So as we scroll down, okay, so the Jet Elements is not updating. We can just pass on that one. This one is updated. The Site Kit by Google is updating, and the WP Rocket will be starting in a minute. So we'll just pause for a moment while these update. And that's it. All right, so now all of the ones that we wanted to update are updated. We're going to wait on these two, and I'll get back to you on those when we feel it's safe to update Elementor. I will let you know, or just come in here and do the update for you. All right, so that is an important maintenance thing. yeah, that is really what you need to know. I don't want to bog you down with too much information. Um, yeah, just how to navigate in the back end of this site with the dashboard, with your analytics numbers. This site kit is really important for you to find your search console and your analytics. When you want to update pages, you come here. You want to add more media, you come here. And I guess let me just say one more thing about the media. Um, if you upload a batch of files here, this is just kind of like a storage for all those files. And then once they're in this media site, then when you go to your pages, they'll be available for you to um, update into the pages. So for instance, let me go to the home page, explain what I mean here. I'm going to open up with the Elementor editor on the home page and just show you an example of what it means for us to reach through the editor into the media files. Okay, so that is loading. So here we have this slider, and I'm going to click on it, and you can see that on the left here, all of the images in the slider appear. So again, here's our pencil, which means edit. I'm going to click on there, and these are all the images that we have in the slider. So if I want to add more or if I want to remove, I can just hit the X, but here on the left, add to gallery. And here we can either upload directly from the computer, or we can take a peek into that media library where I brought you before. So this is another way to access that media library. And you would just click on it and you can say add to gallery. I'm not going to do it because I think it's already in there. I don't want to make a duplicate, but you would add it to gallery and it would become part of this bank of images. So yeah, that's just how the media library integrates with the editor. All right, let's back out of this, go back to the dashboard. It's working. And again, back to the W. You never, never, never want to use the WordPress editor. We're using Elementor, and so we don't want to confuse the program to which one to use. So don't ever worry about pressing this. To go back to the dashboard, hit the W. All right, so if you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call. And I can help you make updates. If this stuff is something that you don't want to have done in-house with someone on your staff or your office, then doing the maintenance package would take care of what I've shown you. We will every month we'll make sure that all your plugins are kept up to date, and we'll also make sure that updating those plugins hasn't affected the functionality of the site. We will give you a report every month of what your performance has been, make sure that everything is speed optimized, mobile optimized, yeah, on a regular basis. And then that's our basic care. And then if you get our advanced care, then you can also have an hour of development time included per month. And in that hour, that would be, we could do the maybe image updates or changes to pages, anything that's within an hour, and then a greatly reduced rate for anything over 1 hour. It goes from $60 an hour to I think it's $45 an hour. So that is the more advanced maintenance package. So yeah, I will put that also in this email, and you can let me know if you want to add that to your maintenance for either this Noelani site or even for the Koa site. All right, thanks very much.